Welcome to the Vegas Insider channel here on YouTube as we take a look at Week 7 in college football, our three best bets with Brian Edwards. As we bring him in this week, we'll take a look at an SEC game, an ACC game, and also a Conference USA contest. And Brian, let's get right to it. Ole Miss and Auburn as they lock horns coming up on Saturday. The Rebels, they struggled a bit with Vandy, then pulled away in the second half. Auburn, they were with Georgia for as long as they could hang, but then Auburn ended up losing that game. So Ole Miss favored against Auburn. What do you like in this one?
I'm going to go with Ole Miss. There's a couple 14.5s left here Tuesday afternoon, but there's also 15. I would ideally like it at 14.5 and by the half point, the key number of 14, but I guess I would like it up to probably 16. Yeah, Ole Miss struggled in the first half, but that just created great line value for a halftime play, and I did that. And then they rolled in the second half and actually covered the original spread in a 52-28 win as a 17-point favorite. Now, Michael Trigg, their star tight end from USC transfer, who had 3 touchdown catches on the season, he did break his collarbone, so he is probably out for the season. But they've got plenty of weapons on offense, and the defense is as good as it's been in a long time. It ranks 11th in the nation in scoring defense, only giving up 14.5 points per game, and Ole Miss is 7th in the country in rushing yards, 15th in total offense, 17th in scoring, averaging 39.7 points per game. Auburn's not really doing very much that's any good. They're 93rd out of 131 FBS teams in run defense, giving up 165.8 yards per game. They're 113 nationally in scoring offensively, only averaging 20.3 points per game. They're 94th in total offense, 97th in passing yards, 75th in rushing yards. They can't really get Tank Bigsby going. The O-line has struggled. They've just struggled all around, and with the open date on deck, I would not be surprised at all if Brian Harsin is fired on Sunday, and I expect Ole Miss to hopefully win by 17 to 21 points.
All right, we'll see how that goes if Lane Kiffin can keep up the winning ways with Ole Miss taking on Auburn. Now, the second pick, Brian, Tallahassee, Saturday night, Clemson, Florida State. FSU had NC State down, but then the Wolfpack rallied back, and Clemson pulled away from Boston College. Clemson, they've had a run here of a lot of road games recently, winning at Wake, winning at Boston College, going to Florida State. They also had that win over NC State at home. But what do you like here? Clemson is short favorite against Florida State.
I like Clemson, and I still can't believe Dave Doran, as I had NC State -3 last week. He had a 2-point lead with 4:25 left, and his kicker was 4 for 4 on the night and had buried a 53-yarder 2 possessions before, and he passed on a 52-yarder. And then Norvell, what is he doing? You're in range for a 39-yard field goal. I know your kicker, FSU kicker, has been struggling, but he had hit a 47-yarder in walk-off fashion to end the first half, and because of his struggles, it was like big celebration that he made it. Like the entire team came out to greet him at midfield, so his confidence was high, and they're second down, less than a minute left, and Norvell's throwing the ball. They throw an interception. So neither coach knew what to do at the end of the game, but Norvell did cover, but they should have won or could have won. And but anyway, I'm going to just go with Clemson here. I made them 7-point favorites. FSU's dealing with quite a few injuries, and Trayshawn Ward, their star running back, he's listed as questionable, but there was a picture on Instagram Monday that, he had like a little shower cap. It appeared he was on a gurney in the hospital about to go into surgery. So I doubt he's going to be able to play. And Fabian Lovett, the defensive tackle, didn't play again last week, so he's very iffy. Look, Clemson has been I consider the Georgia Tech game a road game. I know it's officially neutral, but Georgia Tech's in Atlanta. So I consider Clemson 3-0 straight up, 2-1 against the spread on the road. The lone non-cover when they were 7-point favorites at Wake and only won by 6 in overtime. FSU's dropped back-to-back games now after that cute little 4-0 in September. And they're kind of reeling right now and off a heartbreaker and maybe not or probably not their star running back. So I got to go with Clemson. If your number's 3.5 and you can buy the half point at the key number of 3, as long as they don't make you pay more than minus 130, I would probably do that just in case. But I think Clemson wins by at least a touchdown.
Brian, I'm offended when you criticize Florida State's kicking game. There's nothing wrong with it ever.
Nothing wrong with the what?
There's nothing wrong with their kicking game ever. Why do you criticize it?
Oh, right. Only for decades.
It's only for so many years, except for Sebastian. That was it. He was the only one.
Yeah.
Past him, everyone else has stunk. All right, third game now. Conference USA, Charlotte and UAB. Charlotte's defense has been abysmal. They've allowed 41 or more in all 6 games. What do you think about this total here between the Blazers and the 49ers?
I got it over 62 this morning. It's already 63 or 63.5. 63 is the key number, so get it ASAP. The over's been a winner in 5 straight Charlotte games. The combined scores have been 65, 77, 83, 76, and 76 again. They're dead last in scoring defense out of 131 FBS teams. They give up an average of 46.3 points per game. They're 130 in both total defense and run defense. And UAB is ranked 9th nationally in rushing yards and 35th in scoring with its 34.6 points per game average. The over's hitting back-to-back for the Blazers. And Charlotte's defense is abysmal enough, but they're going to be without a couple of key players. Marcus Robitaille is out. Trey Kramer is questionable. Shedrick Ussery is questionable. Those guys are all starters that were heavy contributors last year. So I'm going to go over on Charlotte UAB. I haven't seen any team totals yet, but I'm not against getting on UAB's team totals over in the first half and the game. Now, again, I haven't seen those numbers yet, but I'm sure they'll go over.
All right, let's recap Brian's 3 best bets for Saturday. He's taking Ole Miss against Auburn. He's also going to lay the short number against Clemson at Florida State. He's going to take the over in UAB Charlotte on Saturday. Brian, before we let you go, tell us about the college football podcast you have on Vegas Insider.
Yeah, the Bet CFB pod number 17 dropped on Monday. Scott Manziria and I recapping all the week 6 action, looking ahead to week 7. And then Thursday morning, the next Bet CFB pod will drop, and VSiN's Mitch Moss will be my featured guest, the co-host of Follow the Money on VSiN every morning from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern with him and Paulie Howard. Great show. Check it out and check him out on the Bet CFB pod that'll drop Thursday morning. And then just a heads up, Scott Manzieri and I are both going to be out of town this weekend. So the normal one that drops normally Monday morning is going to be delayed by a day. So it'll be Tuesday morning of after week 7 concludes for next week's early in the week pod.
That is Brian Edwards. I am Kevin Rogers. Thanks a lot for watching. And as always, best of luck with your bets.